Hey family, this is another episode of the Blemish Beauty Podcast, and I am your host, Shara Renee. If this is your first time listening in, I want to thank you for tuning in, and I pray that you hear something worth holding on to. For those of you who are joining me again, welcome back. The goal of this podcast is to erase the norm and embrace the truth. We all hide behind some kind of mask. So in this space, I want you to feel free to own your scars and see the beauty within. I am a Christian influencer, a mom, an entrepreneur, a content creator, and Jesus Christ is my source in all things. And I believe that with Him, anything is possible. So with that being said, let's jump into today's episode. Today's episode is entitled All About Ree. And if you may ask, who is Ree? That's me. Ree is a nickname that most of my family call me. A lot of them don't know why they call me Ree, but it's short for my middle name, Renee. I realized that I got so caught up in season 1 talking about self-reflection and all the things that I failed to give you guys a proper introduction. So let me start off by saying, you know the spiel. I'm a mom, Christian influencer, blah, blah, blah. But for those of you who don't know me, you might be asking yourself, how did I get here, right? I'm a Jersey girl, born and raised in Jersey City, New Jersey. I was raised by a single mother, and I have 2 siblings, a brother from my mom's side and a sister from my dad's side. And both of my siblings are 5 years plus older than me. So I happen to be the baby on both sides. I grew up going to Catholic school all my life, and if you asked me then what I wanted to be when I grew up, my answer would be living my best life as a journalist. But to be honest, life had other plans for me. I've always been Team Fluffy, so shout out to my big girls. So sports was never my thing. My brother tried his hardest, y'all, but I was way too girly to be interested in sports. And to be honest, the only thing that fueled me was my life plan. And that consisted of finishing high school and then going straight to college. Then the plan for college was to join a sorority, to graduate, fall in love with this handsome black man, get married, have 3 kids, and settle in my career. That sounds good, right? But fast forward to my reality. Your girl is 37, and in no way, shape, or form did I accomplish that life plan. I actually dropped out of college. I did get married, not once, but twice. Still no career, but I did manage to get the children. I have 2 beautiful boys that are living and breathing. They are 14 and 4, and they are my life. And I also have a baby girl who shines bright in heaven. There's a podcast episode that I did about her in season 1. If you haven't heard it, I encourage you to go back and listen to it. So let's just say that the journey, my life plan that I created for myself is still pending. But through all the ups and downs, the only thing that has been consistent in my life is God. He has been working behind the scenes, making sure that even when those weapons, aka the cares of life, begin to form, they will never prosper. And that is why I'm here. God has been ever present and unconditionally faithful. And we know that loyalty as well as love are gifts that's very rare to find in people these days. So I will use this platform to not only share with you the lessons I've learned, but most importantly, to share with you the beautiful gift of His love and grace every chance that I get. I pray that you get excited about all the possible ways God can show up for you. And if you don't know Him personally, I pray that you desire to know Him after you listen to an episode. None of us asked to be here, right? But while you're here, you might as well enjoy and make the best of your time. Accomplishments and tangible achievements, they are great to have, but the best part is having support to cheer you on along the way. And again, that's why I'm here. I told you I'm the baby of my family, so having siblings who are a tad bit older than you definitely has its disadvantages. So for me, it was more like being raised as an only child, so I never had that support or companionship that siblings give you. And that made living life hard for me. But as I grew up, I realized that God was there the whole time, and that was really all I needed. And He can be there for you too. So, for those of you who grew up like me, hold on, your tribe is coming. I know what it's like to go through things alone, not having people to support you. And for those of you who do have those people, a lot of them can suggest to you what you should do, but when it's time to deal with the choices you make, sometimes those same people are nowhere to be found. So again, that's why I'm here. The journey back to you and this journey back to me isn't going to be easy. And it definitely won't be pretty. But I promise you it will all be worth it. Because God got us. So now it's time to get to work. It's time to crush these goals one small step at a time. So if you have unfinished goals on that life plan of yours, it's time to begin again while you still have the time. Now, most of you know, if you follow me on social media or if you listen to season 1, that your girl loves 90s R&B. So for me, I love a good playlist. And I have a playlist for almost everything. I have a playlist for cleaning. I have a playlist when I'm driving. I have a playlist to help me go to sleep. And most importantly, I have a playlist to worship God. However, when you do have a playlist sometimes, because you know the order of that playlist, it can get a bit redundant. So what I do from time to time, I like to put the playlist on shuffle. So when I was sitting here and I was thinking about this podcast and this episode and life and all the things, I was thinking about how life could also feel like that playlist. And it's no different. God knew the order that you placed your plans in, just like He did when I placed my life plan in a set order. But He also knew, just like with the playlist, you might get bored if it went strategically how you wanted it to go. So the setbacks and the things that happen in life causes you to shuffle, to shake things up. But regardless, whether you have setbacks or things go the way that you plan, it's still your playlist. It's still your life. So just like with my playlist, they may not be in the order that I want them to be in, but it's still my songs. And I still know that eventually that specific song that I'm looking for is going to play. It just might not play in the order that I originally planned it to play in. So repeat after me. My life plan can still be accomplished. It may not be in the order that I placed them in, but they're still there. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Blemish Beauty Podcast, and I need you to remember, you are graced and gifted for a time such as this. You are not here by accident. You have purpose in this world, and you have been created to do great and amazing things. Make sure you connect with me on Instagram and on Facebook at the Blemished Beauty Podcast, and follow me on TikTok at Cheryl Renee 510. Until next time, spread love, show grace, and shine bright.